Hello everyone, welcome to the OT Security Masterclass. I'm Zahra Khani and I'll be your guide on this exciting journey to becoming an OT security expert. If you're passionate about protecting critical infrastructure and want to level up your skills in OT security, you're in the right place. On this channel, I'll be sharing comprehensive, hands-on and completely free training courses to help you become a pro in this field. We'll start with the basics and work our way up to advanced topics, covering everything from industrial control systems and SCADA security to risk assessments and incident response. In each video, I'll explain complex concepts in simple terms and give you practical exercises to put your newfound knowledge to the test. But this isn't a one-way street. I want you to join the conversations by asking questions, sharing your thoughts, and connecting with the other learners. Together, we can build a strong community of OT security experts and make a real impact on protecting our critical infrastructure. So, ready to get started? Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and let's dive into the world of OT security together, from the basics to the most advanced topics. Our first session is an introduction to OT security. Let's take a look at the key talking points we'll be covering in this session. We'll start by discussing what OT is, its focus, and its real-world applications. Next, we'll explore why securing OT systems is critical for the safety and reliability of critical infrastructure. To put things into perspective, we'll examine some notable OT security breaches and the impact they've had on affected organizations and the public. We'll highlight the unique challenges and the considerations when it comes to securing OT systems compared to traditional IT security. To wrap up the session, we'll take a deep dive into the captivating Stuxnet attack, a real-world case study that targeted OT systems. We'll analyze the security issues involved and discuss the valuable lessons learned from this groundbreaking incident. So, buckle up and let's dive into the fascinating world of OT security. Alright, let's dive into our first topic. What is operational technology? In simple terms, operational technology, or OT for short, deals with the hardware and software systems that help control and automate physical devices, processes, and events across many industries. You see, OT is all about industrial control systems, or ICS, which keep an eye on how physical assets work in real time. This helps boost efficiency, safety, and reliability, making it a vital component in managing critical infrastructure. So, to sum it up, OT is like the backbone that allows industrials to effectively manage and control their physical processes, ensuring everything runs smoothly and safely. Now that we know what OT is all about, let's dive into some real-world examples to see how it impacts our lives across different industries. Take manufacturing plants for instance. OT systems work behind the scenes controlling assembly lines, robotic arms, and conveyors. They are constantly monitoring and adjusting variables like temperature and pressure in real time, making sure everything runs smoothly and accurately. In the energy sector, OT systems like SCADA play a vital role in managing power grid infrastructure. They help ensure a stable electricity supply and prevent outages, keeping our lights on and devices powered up. When it comes to transportation, OT systems are on the job controlling traffic lights, electronic signs, and barriers. They are optimizing traffic flow and ensuring our safety on the road. And in railways, OT helps keep trains running on time and safely by managing schedules, signaling, and track switches. Water treatment plants rely on OT systems to monitor and control chemical dosages and filtration processes, providing us with clean water. In wastewater treatment, OT manages pumping stations, aeration systems, and more, making sure wastewater is properly treated before being released. And finally, in the oil and gas industry, OT systems are hard at work managing drilling operations, pipeline pressures, flow rates, and safety systems. They help detect leaks, monitor equipment health, and automate processes to maximize efficiency and safety. So, as you can see, OT is a crucial part of many industries, playing a key role in improving efficiency, safety, and reliability all around us. Now that we've seen how OT systems play a crucial role in various industries, let's talk about the importance of OT security, starting with worker and public safety. Ensuring OT security is vital, especially when dealing with hazardous materials, high pressure equipment, or other dangerous conditions. An OT system breach could lead to equipment malfunctions, fires, or even explosions, posing serious threats to workers and the public. Take the German steel mill cyber attack in 2014, for example. Hackers gained access to the steel mill's corporate network through a spear phishing attack, and then managed to compromise the OT systems controlling the production process. They manipulated the control systems, leading to an uncontrolled shutdown of a blast furnace. The consequences? Massive physical damage to the plant and the potential for serious injuries or fatalities among the workers. This incident serves as a stark reminder of why robust OT security measures are so important to protect not just our industries but also the lives of the workers and the environment. Another key reason why OT security is so important is to ensure uninterrupted operation. Industrial and critical infrastructure organizations depend on the smooth functioning of their OT systems for productivity and service delivery. A cyber attack that disrupts these systems can lead to significant downtime, financial losses, and potential harm to customers and end users. Let's take a look at the 2017 cyber attack on a Saudi Arabian petrochemical plant as an example. The attack was aimed at disrupting operations and causing physical damage to the facility, which could have led to significant harm to both human life and the environment. In this case, hackers targeted the plant's safety instrumented system, or SIS, using a sophisticated malware called Triton. Triton was specifically designed to target Tirconic's SIS controllers made by Schneider Electric, which are commonly used in ICS systems worldwide to ensure the safe operation of critical infrastructure, such as power plants and chemical facilities. This incident highlights the need for strong OT security measures to protect vital systems and maintain uninterrupted operations in our critical infrastructure. Another reason why OT security is so vital is compliance with regulations. Many industries must adhere to strict rules regarding the security and safety of their operations. By ensuring OT security, organizations can comply with these regulations, avoid fines and penalties, and maintain their operating licenses. A good example is the case of Duke Energy in 2019. The company faced a $10 million fine for violating NERC critical infrastructure protection regulations, which focus on the security of critical infrastructure in the energy sector. The company failed to implement adequate security measures and protect its system, leading to multiple violations of CIP requirements. This resulted in the hefty fine and highlighted the need for organizations to prioritize OT security, not only for protecting their operation, but also for maintaining compliance and avoiding costly penalties. Let's talk about another aspect of OT security, which is staying compliant with regulations. You see, many industries have strict rules for security and safety. So if organizations keep their OT systems secure, They can comply, avoid fines, and maintain their licenses. A win-win situation. Now, have you heard about the Duke Energy case in 2019? They faced a whopping $10 million fine for not complying with NERC critical infrastructure protection regulations. These regulations are all about securing critical energy infrastructure, and Duke Energy just didn't have strong enough security measures in place, leading to 127 violations. This case is a great example of why it's so important to prioritize OT security. It's not just about keeping operations safe, it's also about staying compliant and steering clear of those costly penalties. Let's explore another intriguing side of OT security, the impact on a company's reputation. When a cyber attack on an OT system succeeds, it can tarnish an organization's image. This can lead to a loss of trust from customers, partners, and investors, and even hurt the company's market value. Remember the NotPetya ransomware attack back in 2017? This notorious attack affected thousands of organizations, including the Danish shipping powerhouse Maersk. The ransomware wreaked havoc on their IT systems and hit the OT systems that manage port operations. Maersk's operation took a massive hit, with numerous port terminals worldwide becoming non-operational. The fallout? Maersk faced around $300 million in losses and suffered a significant blow in its reputation. Customers began to doubt the security and dependability of Maersk's services. This real-world example highlights the importance of OT security in safeguarding not just the operations, but also the reputations of organizations. Let's delve into another fascinating aspect of OT security, the convergence of IT and OT systems. As these systems become more integrated, new vulnerabilities emerge. Traditional IT security measures may not be enough to protect OT systems, making specialized knowledge and tailored solutions crucial for industrial control systems. Consider the 2015 Ukraine power grid cyber attack. Hackers targeted 3 Ukrainian power distribution companies, causing blackouts that affected around 230,000 people. They infiltrated the company's IT network using spear phishing emails and then compromised the OT systems. This led to the disabling of critical power grid components, causing outages that lasted several hours. The incident was the first known successful cyber attack on a power grid, emphasizing the importance of securing OT systems for operational continuity. Another compelling aspect of OT security is the constantly evolving cyber threats. Cyber criminals and nation-state actors are becoming more sophisticated, increasingly targeting OT systems. This means it's essential to stay ahead of emerging threats and ensure that OT security measures are up to date. Take the 2020 Snake ransomware attack on Honda, for example. This cyber attack disrupted Honda's global operations, including manufacturing plants and customer service centers. The Snake ransomware specifically targeted industrial control systems and OT environments, forced Honda to temporarily halt production in several plants worldwide. It also impacted Honda's customer service and financial service operations, disrupting various business functions. This example illustrates the importance of staying vigilant against ever-evolving cyber threats and prioritizing OT security to protect your organization's operations. Now let's dive into the key differences between IT and OT security. While both IT and OT require strong security measures, their unique characteristics demand a different approach. Picture this. In the OT world, we deal with industrial control systems managing physical processes like controlling assembly lines in a factory, while IT handles digital systems and networks for data and communications, such as managing emails and databases. When it comes to hardware and software, OT relies on specialized industrial equipment like PLCs, while IT uses general purpose computing devices like laptops and servers. Now imagine these two environments communicating. OT speaks in industrial protocols like Modbus or DMP3 for communicating between components, while IT uses standard protocols like HTTP or DNS. They even have different priorities. OT emphasizes safety, reliability, and availability, ensuring a smooth production line, while IT focuses on confidentiality, integrity, and availability, protecting sensitive data. Consider the real-time requirements too. OT systems have a stringent constraints like controlling chemical dosages in a water treatment plant, whereas IT deals with variable constraints such as streaming a video conference call, which is generally less critical. And about life cycles and maintenance, OT systems have longer life cycles with more challenging updates, like updating an outdated SCADA system, while IT systems enjoy shorter life cycles and easier updates, like patching a web server. Finally, when incidents happen, OT's focus is on industrial process continuity and safety, like preventing a power grid failure, while IT emphasizes data protection and system recovery, like restoring a breached database. Recognizing these differences is crucial for implementing tailored security measures that cater to the unique needs of each environment. Now, brace yourselves for an exciting journey into the world of Stuxnet. For our hands-on session, I'd like to dive into the groundbreaking malware that shook the foundation of OT security and forever changed the landscape of cybersecurity. Imagine a highly sophisticated malware specifically targeting industrial control systems like Siemens S7 PLCs. It first identified in 2010 by the Belarusian cybersecurity firm Virus Blokada. Stuxnet had one primary objective: to disrupt Iran's nuclear enrichment program by causing physical damage to centrifuges. This was no ordinary malware. Stuxnet was the first known cyber weapon to cause real-world physical damage. It sent shockwaves through the cybersecurity community, highlighting the potential risks to critical infrastructure and emphasizing the importance of robust security measures. But that's not all. Stuxnet's legacy lives on, as it inspired other cybercriminals and nation-state actors to follow in its footsteps, creating similar malware like Flame, Duku, and Gauss to target critical infrastructure around the world. This chilling case study serves as a stark reminder of the evolving threats we face and the ever-growing importance of securing our OT systems. Let's dive even deeper into Stuxnet jaw-dropping infection and propagation techniques. The designers of this malware went all out, employing multiple spreading methods to infiltrate target systems with extraordinary efficiency. First, there was the USB flash drives. Stuxnet exploited the data length file vulnerability, allowing it to execute malicious code just by displaying an icon on the drive. It was a cunning trick that bypassed auto-run restrictions, making it incredibly difficult to detect and stop. But wait, there's more. Stuxnet also targeted network vulnerabilities such as the Windows Server Service vulnerability. This allowed the malware to execute remote code through specifically crafted RPC requests, giving it an open door to infiltrate its targets. Another network vulnerability Stuxnet exploited was the Windows print spooler vulnerability. With this, the malware could remotely execute code by processing a maliciously crafted print request. Imagine the surprise of its victims discovering their systems compromised through such an innocuous process. Stuxnet didn't stop there. It spread like wildfire through network shares and infiltrated the WinCC database server. This was a clever move, as the malware used hard-coded passwords to access these servers. These passwords couldn't be removed or disabled, making the servers extremely vulnerable to attack. To top it all off, Stuxnet even infected Siemens Step 7 project files, a highly unexpected and creative method to infiltrate target systems. This allowed the malware to propagate through engineering workstations and affect the PLCs controlling the target processes. Now let's talk about privilege escalation. Stuxnet employed two methods to gain higher privileges within the system. First, it exploited the Win32k.sys keyboard layout vulnerability, which allowed it to execute arbitrary code in kernel mode. This essentially handed Stuxnet the keys to the kingdom. Next, the malware took advantage of the Windows Task Scheduler vulnerability to schedule a task to run with system privileges. This effectively bypassed security measures and gave the malware full control over the target system. Now, let's see how it managed to stay under the radar and keep up to date with its target systems. For starters, Stuxnet was a master of disguise. It used process injection to stealthily infiltrate running processes based on the antivirus software installed on the target system. This allowed the malware to avoid detection and remain hidden in plain sight. To further evade security measures, Stuxnet utilized stolen digital certificates from J-Micron Technology and Realtek Semiconductor. By signing its driver files with these certificates, the malware could pose as legitimate software and bypass the target system defenses. As if that wasn't enough, Stuxnet installed a kernel mode rootkit to hide its presence. This sophisticated technique allowed the malware to remain undetected, even by some of the most advanced security tools available at the time. Now, let's talk about updates. Stuxnet was always looking for ways to stay one step ahead. It communicated with command and control servers to receive updates, new modules, and instructions from its operators. This allowed them to maintain control over infected systems and update the malware as needed. For systems without direct internet access, Stuxnet cleverly used peer-to-peer connection to propagate updates. By doing so, it could spread new instructions and modules to other infected devices within the same network, ensuring its continued effectiveness. But the creators of Stuxnet were also smart enough to know when it was time to pull the plug. The malware came equipped with a self-termination kill switch that limited its lifespan and minimized the risk of discovery. This allowed Stuxnet to remain highly effective without overstaying its welcome. Now that we've covered Stuxnet's evasion and update techniques, let's dive into its precise targeting and payload activation methods, which made it an incredibly potent cyber weapon. Stuxnet's primary targets were Siemens PLCs. The malware was designed to closely monitor PLC blocks being written to and read from the controller. When the conditions were just right, Stuxnet would infect the PLC by inserting its own blocks and replacing or infecting existing ones. This stealthy operation allowed Stuxnet to mask the fact that a PLC was infected and manipulated the industrial process without raising suspicion. But Stuxnet didn't stop there. It was also engineered to specifically target frequency converter drives made by Wacom and Ferraro-Paya. These drives were key components in the centrifuges used for uranium enrichment, making them perfect targets for sabotage. To ensure the highest level of precision, Stuxnet only activated its payload when it detected an operational frequency range between 807 Hz and 1210 Hz. This allowed the malware to focus on the specific centrifuges involved in the nuclear enrichment process, minimizing the collateral damage and maximizing its disruptive potential. Stuxnet's highly targeted payload activation techniques demonstrate how advanced and surgical this cyber weapon was. By zeroing in on the exact systems and components it was designed to disrupt, Stuxnet created a new benchmark for the potential of cyber attacks targeting critical infrastructure. To conclude our deep dive into the Stuxnet case study, let's connect the dots and outline the key lessons OT companies can learn from this groundbreaking cyber attack. First and foremost, Stuxnet reminds us that we need robust security measures. Even air-gapped systems can be vulnerable, so it's crucial to implement layered security defenses like physical security, network segmentations, and continuous monitoring of both IT and OT environments. Another lesson is the importance of integrity checking. Stuxnet's stealthy alterations highlight the need for regular checks to identify unauthorized changes in software and firmware, helping us detect and respond to intrusions. Don't underestimate the power of well-trained employees. Stuxnet showed that human factors can be exploited, so regular security training and awareness programs can empower employees to recognize and report suspicious activities, becoming an invaluable line of defense. We also need to be prepared for the worst with incident response plans. Stuxnet taught us that a rapid and effective response to cyber incidents is crucial, so having a well-documented and tested plan in place is key. Finally, let's remember that sharing is caring. The discovery and analysis of Stuxnet involved collaboration among cybersecurity researchers and organizations worldwide. By sharing threat intelligence, the entire industry can stay ahead of emerging cyber risks. That brings us to the end of our fascinating exploration of the world of OT security and the Stuxnet case study. Thank you all for joining me today, and I hope you found this session both informative and engaging. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and colleagues, and subscribe to this channel for more insightful content on OT cybersecurity. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to respond. Your feedback helps me create better content and address your concerns, so please let me know your thoughts. Once again, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay safe and stay secure.